I ask the clerk to start us off by taking the roll.
Carroll. Miller. Brewer. Seep.
Here.
McKee.
Here.
Renish.
Here.
Luck.
Here.
Manning.
Here.
Gotcho.
Here.
Glassburner.
Here.
Gentis.
Here.
Turk.
Here.
Cosgrove.
Here.
Frank.
Here.
Severson.
Present.
Williamson.
Here.
Cooey. Fleming.
Here.
Boyce.
Here.
McGuire. 16 present, you have a quorum.
And for our invocation tonight, Monsignor Shekel from St. Mary's is joining us. Get a stand, please.
Prayer that I offered this evening was composed in the 13th century by St. Francis of Assisi. Lord, make me an instrument of peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. There is darkness, light. There is sadness, joy. O divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive, in pardoning that we are pardoned, it is in dying that we are born to eternal life. Lord God, we ask that each of the petitions in this prayer come to fulfillment in the hearts of all of the members of the Richland County Board to meet this evening. And we make this request through Christ, our Lord. Amen.
Thank you. Village, would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have before us a 22-point agenda. We have a motion to approve the agenda. Motion by Mr. Cosgrove, second by Mr. Frank to approve our agenda. All those in favor say aye. Aye. And we have minutes of the February 26th meeting. Should have been in our packets. Anybody have comments, questions, or corrections for the February 26th minutes? If not, we'll declare those approved as published. Item 6 on our agenda is public comment. Do we have any members of the public here that wish to address the board?
I do.
Ms. Gentis.
I would like to know how Marty Brewer is doing, since I know he had his operation. He told me, I saw him last Thursday, and he said he's going to have it on Thursday. I mean, it's on Wednesday.
Can you guys hear me?
There.
Oh, Marty, yay!
I'm here. I'm here. And I didn't have surgery, but I'm going ahead with treatment.
Best party. Thank you. Any other public comment? Move on to item 7, which is appointments, Commission on Aging and Disability Board.
So you see in the minutes, in your packets, that there are several appointments to be made on the Commission for Aging and Disability, many of which are because members are reaching their term limits. So I would ask that you approve the appointments as presented.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Renish to approve the appointment, second by Fleming. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
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 All right. Appointments are confirmed. Thank you. Item 8 would be administrator's report from a place a little bit sunnier than here.
I'm going to make it back just in time for the blizzard, which is unfortunate, but so I have a few staffing updates. I'm pleased to announce that we have hired a new director of Simon's Recreation Center. Michael Hardy will be starting April 15th. We are extremely excited about Mike. He brings such a wide variety of skills that I think will be beneficial not only with Simon's, but countywide. And in the interest of trying to do more with less and finding ways that we can really, really benefit from the skill sets that we have within our staff. I think he's going to be an outstanding addition. So we're really excited about that. Our new zoning administrator, Katrina, started this week. She's going to be working, this week she worked a little, or last week, I guess I should say this week, whatever. She's going to be working with Matt, and then she'll be doing intermittent work until her studies complete. So we're excited to have her aboard. Lyrica Marks also started 20 hours a week out at the fairgrounds and has hit the ground running and is doing a great job already. I've received several documents, a contract, and then some, high points listings from Venture Architects. And so I'm reading through that now. I'm going to get all of that information out to the Campus Reconfiguration Committee for review. And then we'll be looking early next week to schedule a kickoff meeting with them to just talk about our priority items. They want to ensure that their understanding of what we are looking for is accurate. So we'll be working with them on that. I also was reached out to for the broadband project that you all allocated ARPA dollars for. Derek and I have been kind of wondering where that was at. Well, I received a message and they will be asking for their first payment. So I'll be bringing that in front of finance to make sure that we have approval for that, since it is a significant amount of money that was earmarked for them. So that will be getting underway. And other than that, it's, a lot of things happening with looking for new board members, orientation packets, looking through the new scheduling, potential scheduling for our meetings. And I'm just looking forward to getting back and catching up because there's a lot going on. So with that, that's what I have for you tonight.
Thank you, Administrator Pesch. On item number 9, which is correspondence, we did receive a thank you card and a picture from family of Bernie Cooey. We passed the resolution commemorating his 100th birthday, and so we got a nice note from them thanking us for the recognition and the visit from 5 members of the ambulance service who brought greetings to him as well. So we did receive that, so share that with you. And I wanted to take just a moment to thank everybody who participated in those special meetings when we went through a lot of time of discussion, got things done to get our new rules in place for the next board. So thank you all for your time and your efforts and your contributions along the way. And another thank you to various county departments. We've got a lot going on in this county right now, and we have a lot of departments that are helping each other out, which is wonderful to see. We are all one county, and so it's great to see folks stepping up, not just department heads, but staff stepping up and helping out. So we really appreciate that and wanted to acknowledge that too. It's we're coming up on springtime here, but we feel just an energy going on. And I know Marty's commented on it before too, with some of the new hires we have coming in, the energy that folks are feeling as we move forward with a lot of stuff. And we have a lot of stuff still to go through, but just wanted to take a moment to recognize that as well. So we will move on to item number 10, as we start into some zoning stuff with an ordinance relating to a parcel belonging to Janet Fuller in the town of Willow.
This will be ordinance number 24-2, amendment number 592 to zoning ordinance number 5. The following described 5.0 acre parcel belonging to Janet Fuller in the town of Willow is hereby rezoned from general ag and forestry district to a residential district. This ordinance shall be effective March 19th of 2024 and was offered to you by the Land and Zoning Standing Committee on March 4th of 24.
For the ordinance, do we have a motion? Motion by Gentis, second by Fleming. Discussion.
I have background if you'd like.
Yes, please, Supervisor Lott.
So Janet is splitting 5 acre parcel off of the 40 to give or sell to her grandson so he can build a house. They have a septic permit and building permit in place already. It's ag forestry to ag residential.
But do you have questions? Everybody in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ordinance is adopted. Number 11, an ordinance relating to a parcel belonging to Jane Delameter in the town of Dayton.
This will be ordinance number 24-3, amendment number 593 to zoning ordinance number 5. The following described 17.0 acre parcel belonging to Jane De La Matter in the town of Dayton is hereby rezoned from general ag and forestry to the ag residential district. Again, this ordinance shall be effective March 19th to 24, as offered to by the Land and Zoning Standing Committee on March 4th of 2024.
For the ordinance, we have a motion by Manning, second by Renish, and discussion. Listen.
This is Jane's father's property. She does not live in the area and will be selling the house in 17 acres and keeping 67 acres of mainly wooded land. It's going from ag forestry to ag residential.
Questions on this one? None. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? This is adopted. Item 12, ordinance relating to a parcel belonging to Dennis and Lynn Hardy in the town of Eagle.
This will be ordinance number 24-4, amendment number 594 to zoning ordinance number 5. That the following 2.31 acre parcel belonging to Dennis and Lynn Hardy in the town of Eagle is hereby rezoned from general ag and forestry to the residential district. Again, effective March 19th of 2024 and brought to you by the Land and Zoning Standing Committee on January 2nd of 2020.
By Gentis, second by Fleming. Discussion.
So you will notice that this ordinance and the next one are both for Dennis and Lynn Hardy. So just to keep it cleaner because they're being zoned differently, that's why there's two separate zones. I just wanted to say that before So the first one for item number 12 is surveyed of 2.31 acres, which has an old barn on it. The intention is to keep the 2.31 acre parcel and sell off the 37 plus acres of croplands. That 2.31 acres is going from ag forestry to R2.
Questions on this item? In favor of the ordinance, say aye. Aye. Opposed? The ordinance is adopted. So moving on to item number 13, a separate ordinance relating to a parcel belonging to Dennis and Lynn Hardy in the town of Eagle.
This will be ordinance number 24-5, amendment number 595 to zoning ordinance number 5. That the following described 6.95 acre parcel belonging to Dennis and Lynn Hardy in the town of Eagle is hereby rezoned from general ag and forestry to ag residential district. Again, effective March 19th of 2024 and brought to you by the Land and Zoning Standing Committee on January 2nd of 2024.
For the ordinance, do we have a motion? Fleming, second by Williams. Melissa, go ahead.
This one, they surveyed out 6.95 acres of woods with a 66-foot wide easement. The intention is to keep the wooded lot and sell the 27 plus acres of property.
Questions on this one? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? This is adopted. Report on petitions for zoning amendments received since the last county board session.
He did not give me.
Anything we need to share, and a report on zoning petitions recommended for denial?
No.
None this time, thank you. So that will bring us all the way down to item 16, a resolution making a deficiency appropriation in various accounts.
All right, so this is the annual deficiency appropriation that are reviewed before we have our audit in April. So you have the list of them there before you. I won't read them all, but quickly go through them. The community development block grant, that's deficient $5,863.66. As I reported in finance and personnel, this fund isn't used very often. In fact, I haven't really had much activity with this. Most recently, we've used it for the auditorium and the Lone Rock CDBG projects. Some of you may recall those, may not. This is more of a cleanup balance. This fund balance has kind of went up and down throughout the years. So my hope is that as we look at, transitioning to perhaps a different financial system forward, I'm really going through these accounts and getting stuff to zero or all accounted for. So when we do make a switch, we have these funds cleared up. So that one I'm going to consider a cleanup from previous years. Going down to UW Richland outlay, that's self-explanatory, right? There's been expenses out there. These would be Fund 32. So the repairs that we're doing to maintain various activities at the campus. Richland County Nutrition. Trish is here. Perhaps if you all would like an explanation for that, I will give a brief one, but Trish, feel free to correct me. There were an additional 3,000 meals served that we didn't know about or we couldn't really predict. So this is that overage in that account. Is that correct, Trish? Campus food service, you can see the amount, $53,322 there. Of course, we all know what was happening with the campus. There wasn't a ton of activity going, so there wasn't any revenues coming in to offset those expenses. And remember that those operations were not staffed the entire year as well. So, Richland County Fair is $622.82. So this is a little less than previous years, but again, this deficiency probably would have been a little greater, but we didn't have staff over there as well for part of the year, so some of the savings and the deficiency is just not having staff present. And dog licenses of $87.05, as much as I would tell people more dogs, I can't really do that, and we do the best to predict the amount of the tag. So overall, you see the $92,798.89 deficiency appropriation that again, we transfer from general funds to set these buckets back to zero, because these funds will maintain their balance going forward. They're not like the general fund balances that reset. So anyone has any questions, feel free to let me know. But again, this is a normal thing that we do every March and April before the audit. So, and I like to have them done before the audit. So when the auditors do any adjusting entries, we're accounting for that ahead of time and not making it complicated later.
Have a motion on this resolution? Motion by Manning, second by Fleming. Anybody have questions for Derek? Not all in favor of moving the money, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Carry, so that deficiency appropriation. Item 17 is approving the 2024 fee schedule for Richland County Health and Human Services.
This will be resolution number 24-18. Now therefore be resolved by the Richland County Board of Supervisors that the 2024 Richland County Health and Human Services fee schedule be approved. Be it further resolved that this resolution shall be effective upon its passage and publication. This is being offered to you by county board members of the Health and Human Services and Veteran Service Standing Committee on October 12th of 2023.
Motion on this resolution. Motion by Renish, second by Glassbrenner. Who would be speaking on this one?
I can speak to this. This
Thank
is
you.
something that we have to do every year per DHS 1. And so this is our fee schedule for our services for this year. I apologize for not bringing it back in December.
Anybody have questions on the fee schedule? All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. All right, so the resolution approving the purchase of Americi access points.
This will be resolution number 24-19. Now therefore be it resolved by the Richland County Board of Supervisors that approval is hereby granted for the purchase of Americi access points and licensure for a total cost of $21,738.14. Be it further resolved that the funds to carry out this resolution shall come from the 2024 MIS Tech Fund budget. And be it further resolved that this resolution shall be effective upon its passage and publication. This is being offered to you by the Public Works Standing Committee on March 14th of 2024. You will note that there's no X's as to who approved it. That's because the meeting was one day after I sent you all the packet. So every one of those folks that are present, it's my understanding, voted in favor of this resolution.
I'd like to make the motion. Motion by Fleming, second by Cosgrove. Background on this?
The props for the tent. Rocky
Yeah, Rocky, okay.
access points are what we use to connect wirelessly to the network. All of your iPads, any of the wireless phones, any of the devices that connect back without wired connection, utilize those. They just have to be upgraded and replaced to keep our network secure and safe and to provide better coverage. It was a budgeted item. We knew that we were going to have to replace them this year, so it's a planned expense.
Thank you. Any questions on what we're doing with this? None. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution is adopted. 19 on our agenda, authorizing the Land Conservation Department to apply for a joint allocation grant from the Wisconsin Department of Ag Trade and Consumer Protection and the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources.
This will be resolution number 24-20. Now therefore be it resolved by the Richland County Board of Supervisors that approval is hereby granted to the Land Conservation Department to apply for and accept a 2025 joint allocation grant from Wisconsin DATCAP and Wisconsin DNR in an amount not to exceed $276,719. Be it further resolved that the grant and required match is itemized as follows. We have number 1, 2, and 3 listed there. I will not read them all, but you can see them. Be it further resolved that the chair of the Land and Zoning Standing Committee is hereby authorized to sign on behalf of the county any documents necessary to carry out this resolution. Be it further resolved that this resolution shall be effective immediately upon its passage and publication. This is being offered to you by the Land and Zoning Standing Committee on March 4th of 2024.
Resolution motion by Gentis, second by Severson. Discussion on this.
This is just our annual grant we have to apply for. We tell them what we spent in salaries for 2023, going for the 2025 grant, so it's like a 2-year difference. And we say, this is what we've spent, and they give us what they decide to give us, so.
We ask.
Thanks, Scott.
You take what they give us. Any questions on this? It's something we do every year. If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Item 20, resolution relating to obtaining a state grant for the maintenance and grooming of state snowmobile trails annually.
This will be resolution 24-21. Now therefore be it resolved by the Richland County Board of Supervisors that approval is hereby granted for the Richland County Public Works Committee to apply for and accept grants from the DNR's County Snowmobile Trail Aids Program for the purpose of maintenance and grooming of state snowmobile trails in Richland County on an annual basis. Be it further resolved that the County Highway Commissioner Joshua Elder is authorized to sign on behalf of the county any such documents necessary to carry out this resolution. Be it further resolved that this resolution shall be effective immediately upon its passage and publication. This is being offered to you by the Public Works Standing Committee on March 14th of 2024.
Resolution motion by Reddish, second by Severson. Discussion on this.
It's a grant you gotta apply for every year. It's an annual thing. I spoke with the DNR. They said you don't have to do a separate resolution every year. Just the resolution with you as a representative to apply for it on an annual basis is sufficient.
Yes, Mr. C, go ahead.
Question for Mr. Severson, I guess. Are there projects planned this year? Trail repairs or whatever that are out of the ordinary?
I have no idea.
Pardon?
I have no idea.
Mr. Elder.
I can speak to that. The current existing grant that is happening is for 2 stream bank repair projects by the Shrivers and the mobile station, which is currently out for advertising for bid. The deadline for that approaches, I believe, next week. There was other applications done for bridge replacement, but as far as I was aware, they were denied at this point. But there is another snowmobile bridge that is supposed to be accepted, but we have not received agreement back from the state on that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions? All those in favor of the resolution say aye.
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 Opposed? Resolution is adopted. Item number 21, a resolution approving the upgrade of fire control panels from Johnson Controls.
This will be resolution number 24-22. Now therefore be it resolved by the Richland County Board of Supervisors that approval is hereby granted to upgrade the control panels from Johnson Controls in the amount of $22,950.96. Be further resolved that the funds to carry out this resolution shall come from Fund 93 ARPA. And be further resolved that this resolution shall be effective upon its passage and publication. This is being offered to you by the Finance and Personnel Standing Committee that just met today on March 19th before this meeting. Those voting in favor were Steve Carroll, Gary Manning, David Turk, Steve Williamson, Melissa Luck, and Julie Flynn.
For this resolution, with pleasure. Motion by Carroll, second by Glassbrenner. Barb, you want to fill us in?
The fire alarm panels that are in this building are not supported any longer in the old side of the building. They have to be replaced. We knew that this was going to come sooner or later. It just came a little sooner than we expected. The Johnson Controls sent a letter stating that they can no longer get parts and they can no longer support the system. So if these panels go down, we have to have a staff member on site walking the building every 30 minutes on fire watch until it's replaced, which could be weeks. We really can't, we don't have staff to do that. So the recommendation is to replace the panels.
So presently it is functioning, but
It is functioning. We
it
just
is,
need
if
to get-
it goes, it's gone.
Maybe talk about it anymore.
Questions on this?
I'm sure as board members, we volunteer to walk a fire watch.
Every 30 minutes.
I've done fire watch.
Yeah.
Many hours.
Hopefully it will not become necessary, but Barb will give you a call.
I'm on vacation next week and isn't gonna be.
And Barb, you said that Johnson Controls said we'd be looking at what kind of timeline if we
6
approve this,
weeks,
about
so-
6 weeks to get it replaced. Anybody else have questions? Is all in favor of the resolution, say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Resolution is adopted. By my count, that brings us down to item 22. By Mr. Manning to adjourn after 25 minutes. Second by Fleming. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Thank you all very much.
Congratulations, a new
Try to pick up
record.
the pace.
Thursday, 1:00.
Thanks, Marty. Bye, Candace.
Aye.
See you all tomorrow or Thursday.
Oh, wow.
Maybe.
Where'd you go?